There has been a civil Twitter war about who's voicing Bayonetta. Miss Jennifer Hale is now confirmed to be the new voice actress for 3'S's English dub. But what does this mean for the future of the lore of Bayonetta? This video will clear everything up, from the overlapping circumstance rumors to this being a hint of the Bayo multiverse. Director Yusuke Miyata stated that various overlapping circumstances made it difficult for Hellena Taylor to reprise her role. Now that does sound super suspicious. Or is it? Actually, we'll go from super crazy to proper realistic. Well, what if she could reprise her role as Rosa in a flashback or in the multiverse? Or maybe one of the Bayonettas from the Coven? But I think there is a much more fitting choice. You all know my favorite theory that some of you have noticed I've been straying a little bit away from. And that was the brave 3'S theory, where the little girl that we raised in the first game grew up in an alternate timeline. And there are even a few directorial hints to this theory. A few of you have been disappointed that I strayed away from it. I haven't. I'm just exploring other possibilities. A good theorist comes up with a story with the hints given. A great theorist pivots to more possibilities when given new evidence, hence the recent marketing videos. This will also be discussed more in depth in an upcoming video. But just because all the recent news have diminished the possibility of this brave theory doesn't mean I'm not holding on to it. Could Jennifer Hale's inclusion hint the massive reveal of Hellena Taylor's introduction, meaning the original Bayonetta that we know and love from after the events of Bayonetta 2? It doesn't even have to be Bayonetta 3. It could be a future Bayonetta game if they do decide to continue the franchise. What if Bayonetta 3 will explore Brave 3'S's arc or her perspective, possibly even losing the war at the end of the story, leaving us off in a massive cliffhanger? Something so foreign to us, since we are so used to Bayonetta quote-unquote feeling empowered at the end of both games. So what if Bayonetta 3 will end in a huge loss for this 3'S, and then in Bayonetta 4, that's when our Bayonetta finally comes up to help Brave 3'S. Wow, my muscle memory is just hooked onto Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 4 just sounds so weird. I wouldn't mind that direction one bit. We've been saying this since 2020 and finally coming up with this dream scenario of our Bayonetta saving Brave 3'S, following with the dialogue of,
"You're a strong little girl. There is nothing you cannot overcome." Let's start, boys.
Now, you may know Miss Jennifer Hale from all these characters. She is a veteran in the industry. Samus from Metroid. Oh my god, she voices two thick hotties. Miss Keen from Powerpuff Girls. And oh my god, I just found out that she was in Scorpion as Dory for one episode. I literally just finished that episode yesterday.
Welcome, Walter O'Brien, founder of Scorpion. Alderman Sylvester Dodd.
But a lot of you know her from Avatar as Kyoshi.
But I assure you, I would have done whatever it took to stop Chin. On that day, we split from the mainland.
The casting directors even held auditions to cast the new voice of Bayonetta and offered the role to Jennifer Hale, whom they felt was a good match for the character. I understand the concerns some fans have about the voice change at this point in the series, but Jennifer's performance was way beyond what we could have imagined. I'm confident that her portrayal of Bayonetta will exceed our fans' expectations. To be honest, the voices that we've heard from 3'S or Bayonetta in the recent trailers, it's only if you really dig in and really listen to it, you see you hear the differences. Jennifer Hale's voice is a bit lighter, that's the best way I could describe it, but it's still great. I still respect it and I still love it.
Does anyone mind if I cut in?
Oh my god.
Wouldn't want to step on
Aww.
anyone's toes.
Yes, please step on mine. The slight lightness in her voice really is a perfect scenario for this to be Brave 3'S. All in all, I wasn't really bothered by it, well, because I listen to the Japanese dub most of the time anyways, but that's not the point. Marcus Stewart, the writer of this article, heard the performance themselves during their time playing the game for the cover story. They found Hale's portrayal exceptional and sometimes indistinguishable from Taylor's excellent work. Alright, chill out, it's not that indistinguishable. Nah, I'm just joking. That's just a joke, guys. Marcus, you're still cool. We're just really jelly that you got to play the game and interview the devs first. But in all seriousness, Marcus even stated that careful listening makes the difference noticeable, but it's not jarring. Now, let's go back to the development news of overlapping circumstances. Let's bring it back to reality in terms of the things performers go through. We have to look at it from the perspective of the actors and actresses rather than from the eyes of the fans. Robert Downey Jr. wanted to focus on his philanthropic endeavors. Ray William Johnson, who's now returned with what I believe is the greatest comeback in internet history, ended Equals 3 since he wanted to move on to other projects alongside some upper management issues. There are many cases like these, but they all had one thing in common. Each of these spanned over a decade of playing the same role over and over again, or even having an actual contract of 10 years. To us fans, it might seem like it'd be cool to have a well-known role, but that's where the double-sided sword comes in. Are you willing to be known for one character and one character only? It may feel counterintuitive to say that, but that seems to be the way it is now with modern pop culture. Anthony Mackie described it perfectly.
Like, there are no movie stars anymore. Like, Anthony Mackie isn't a movie star. The Falcon is a movie star. It used to be with Tom Cruise and Will Smith and Stallone and Schwarzenegger. When you went to the movies, you went to go see the Stallone movie. You went to go see the Schwarzenegger movie. Now you go see X-Men. The evolution of the superhero has meant the death of the movie star.
To put it simply, I think Hellena Taylor wanted to move on to other projects. And I always say this with people wanting to move on. I'm going to support you 100% in whatever you love to do because that's what matters at the end of the day. On top of the hopeful lore aspect of the multiverse, these overlapping circumstances could realistically mean either of these things. 1. Hellena Taylor hung her jersey for Bayonetta and wants to move on, which is respectfully understandable. 2. They have another plan for Hellena in terms of another character or variant of Bayonetta. Or 3. There are some conflicts of interest between the directors, the devs, the performers, which to be honest is their personal business. Look, I personally think it's fun to speculate about the story due to many cast changes with all the multiverse and stuff, but I draw the line of any disputes or personal issues. That's what TMZ likes to do. And therefore, we gotta give them space as well. Oh, also, this video will explain the new pages that talk about exclusive Bayonetta 3 content by Game Informer. I'm rockin' and never get disheartened.